Well, officially, even though today's Labor Day, we still have about 3 more weeks of summer ahead. Of course, for many, though, this is really the marker by which a lot of us turn our calendars and start thinking about autumn. And in Colorado, well, you never know what the fall weather is going to bring. And this morning, our Monday Morning Mechanic, David Rogers from Keller Brothers Auto Repair, joins us to talk about fall driving conditions and how we need to be prepared. Hi, David.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, you're right about not knowing what fall's going to bring. I don't want to steal Angie's thunder. But from what I understand, we're going to get a little bit of weather change this evening and over the next week. That brings to mind a couple things. Number one is, how are your tires? If you're slipping and sliding when it rains, if you wait till that first ice, you are probably going to have some pretty uncomfortable experiences. And how's your vision? And that's what we're going to talk today about fall driving conditions. With the sun lower in the horizon, with water happening, ice, different things like that, that's what it brings to mind. You know, here I have a good tire. This is kind of an all-season tire, if you will. They call them mud and snow or all seasons. And good thing, you know, you see a lot of tread here. You see some good channels for the water. This is where the water travels. A lot of people think the water comes out the side. It's not true. It comes out the middle. So you want some nice space there to throw that water off the tire so it maintains contact. Here you can see a tire that perhaps isn't so safe. This one has no tread at all. This is dangerous. This is beyond, you know, getting your money's worth. What you've done here has endangered your life, everyone's life in the car, and certainly the other people on the road. When you can't see any tread at all anymore, it's time for that tire to go bye-bye. One more I'll show you. Yesterday, as I was traveling to Wyoming, I noticed this going on. Man, there were a lot of blowouts on the road, and what you see here is a tire that's come apart. Somebody continued to drive on it with low air pressure. Really a bad thing. And I want to show you something inside here too. I'm going to get this one out of the way so we can see in the light. And what you see here, kind of some wear right here. Kind of see how you see threads and you kind of see the wear. A lot of times somebody will bring a tire into a repair shop and say, I want a tire repair. And of course it won't be like this, it'll just be a flat one. But sometimes the tire shop will look inside, and when we see wear around the edges where the tire's been driven on flat, no dice. We won't repair that tire. You know why? Because then this type of thing can happen and it'll blow out. You could lose control of the car in that situation. Not a good situation. So get rid of those and get some good tires. The other thing that I want to talk about today real quickly is visibility. Some of you may remember I did a show a while back where I put these in my car, these Nightlife, they're Night Guide Phillips bulbs. They're pricey, man. I spend a lot of money on those, but I'm going to tell you something. I have them in there now. I drove all night last night. It's fantastic. I feel like it's a bright daylight. I'm not pushing the brand. I'm saying go find some really quality tricolor high beams. That's what these are. They're just wonderful. They're about 50 bucks a bulb, but I'm here to tell you, I got 50 more feet worth of visibility. Another thing to do is to think about your glass. People don't realize on the inside of the mirror is where you get all the trouble, or on the inside of the windshield, I'm sorry, is where you get all the trouble. And so get yourself some of this stuff. It's so much better than the liquid kinds. You can get a spray kind in a lot of different places. But what it is it's a foam. And so when you spray it, basically, it's going to make a little foam on the windshield, and it doesn't streak. It cleans up really, really nice, and it takes all the junk off. So I recommend this foam glass cleaner, and I recommend you go through your car, clean all your mirrors, and clean the inside of the windshield. If you go through drive-through car washes, you especially need to focus on your mirrors, because that doesn't do anything for you, and a mirror's no good if you can't see through it. Secondarily, with vision, I also recommend you think about wiper blades. Here's a worn out pair. If your wiper blades are looking like that, it's high time. And even before that, I mean, when you start hearing squealing, chattering, squeaking, or the things bouncing on the glass, first thing to do is take some rubbing alcohol and clean along the sides, as I've shown you before. If that doesn't fix the problem, or it comes right back, it's time for some new blades. Get some new blades. At winter time, we use something a little different. We use these blades with this rubber sheath around them. It's not really there to do anything mechanical. It's just there to protect these moving parts from snow getting lodged inside and then breaking the blade itself. So think about investing in a good pair of winter blades and put them on there for the season before you get the snow. Finally, when you're scraping ice and stuff, you can't have enough of these. I keep a couple in my car because one of them can break real easy, or you can get chips and it won't clean very well. This one's kind of silly. It has a little spring in it. I haven't really figured out whether that's helping me or not, because when I have to chip the ice off, I got to hit it so hard the spring's going to fully compress anyway. But the fact is just get one with a good sharp blade, a good edge, and make sure yours is good for the winter. I have one here if you have a pickup or a snowmobile, or excuse me, an SUV, a snowmobile. This would be really good for a snowmobile. And pickups. And the nice thing is it telescopes, so you can kind of stretch it out longer or shorter for storage. And I really, really think that's a handy thing to get out of the snow quickly. Finally, carry an extra jug of washer fluid in the car. When you get into the rainy season, the snowy season, you know how it can be when it melts. You run out of the stuff in the worst possible places. And that's a serious hazard. If you can't see, you're going to get hurt. So get that stuff changed out. And the only fluid I'm going to bug you about today is coolant. You need to think about your antifreeze. Folks, if you'll get this stuff taken care of before the winter, before the first storm, then you don't have to sit around in long lines. You don't have to wait forever. I can tell you my shop within a month is going to be so busy. So come and see us before it gets busy. Let us help you. Go through, do a good inspection, and check those fluids. And in the meantime, keep your windshield clean and get some good tires.
All right, David, thanks as always. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching News 2 this morning.